Good afternoon. Buenos tardes. Nehoma. That's all I got. Those are the only greetings I can give you. That's it. It's really an honor to be here. I want to thank Dr. Mahades and the team at Orange County Office of Education, Dr. Olmstead, the folks at Butte County Superintendent Mary Sukama. Thank you for putting together an opportunity for us to have this Learning Institute. I love the name and the theme, that we would know the name, face, and story of our students. That is something that I dream about, that there would always be a caring adult who knows the name, face, and story of each of our students, even if we have to structure it in ways that are different from how our schools are currently aligned. Because when you have someone who knows students in that way, it makes it nearly impossible for any student to fall through the cracks. A person once said to me that I should only focus on the students who show promise and potential. I told this person that I rejected that notion, that all of our students show promise and potential. That is our responsibility to help each and every one of them recognize their promise and their potential. It's an important message for me because I was that student who could have easily fallen through the cracks. Like Al and Linda, I too am a middle child. Somehow this has turned into a support group for middle children. Go figure. I've never had this happen before, ever. I think about my own experience and how I might have ended up. As you heard, being born out at Fort Ord, before you is the son of immigrants. My mother was an immigrant from Panama who came here to be a teacher. My father immigrated all the way from Detroit, Michigan, by way of Mississippi. There's always somebody from Detroit, always, and Mississippi. My father went right into the U.S. Army and served in Vietnam. I found my father on the internet and had my first conversation with him 20 years ago. And he talked about the trauma that he experienced in a war. And so my mom raised 4 kids by herself until she could not. She was very sick. My mom had cancer. And when I was 6 years old, she lost her battle to cancer. Her 4 children were split up. We saw each other maybe once or twice in a 10-year period. My younger brother and I landed literally on the doorsteps of a cousin in Philadelphia who we'd never met until we showed up on her doorstep. And she took us in. She raised us as her sons, and she saved our lives. She, too, an immigrant, struggling to make ends meet. She worked as a nurse's aide, and we benefited from many public programs. I was a student on the free lunch program. All of my friends made fun of me for eating the free lunch, and then I became an adult, and I realized my entire school was on the free lunch program. I never understood it. Never understood it. Same thing, when I went to the store to buy something, I went with a food stamp coupon, experienced the same teasing, and everyone in my community was on some form of public assistance. Matter of fact, I ate so much government cheese that I thought that USDA was a brand name. That's the only thing anybody ever remembers from the speeches is the government cheese. I'm hopeful that it wasn't on your lunch today. It would have been easy for my family to fall through the cracks, but because of these programs, it helped us to overcome poverty, and really the most important public program that I've ever had a chance to participate in, getting a great public education with great educators and teachers like yourself who invested in me. You can put your hands together for yourselves. Thank you for what you do. For without you, none of this means anything. These acronyms, these programs that we talk about, without a great caring adult at the head of every class, who coaches great teachers, who supports teachers, great administrators, all together working for our students, we cannot do it. And we have to continue to provide support for each and every one of you. And so I've understood on my journey how easy it would have been for me to end up in California State Prison. Instead, I ended up in the California State Legislature and now serving as California State Superintendent.